Okay, very good evening to all of you. I hope that I'm audible to you. So if I'm audible to you, please write yes in your chat box. You have a chat box where you can interact with me. You can just have a chat, just have queries. I'll be answering those queries. We have a very specific session today. This session is primarily on NMAT. Okay. So I assume that most of you are writing NMAT. That's why you're attending this session. I further assume that a lot of you are serious aspirant towards NMAT. So you have a chat box. Okay, just type down yes in the chat box if you're listening to me. Okay, let's begin. So NMAT, primarily, I think the third largest exam after CAT, ZAT. The first is CAT, second is ZAT, third is NMAT. बड़ा exam हो चुका है, and a lot of business schools are accepting NMAT scores. I hope you guys are aware of this. A lot of business schools other than NMIMS are accepting NMAT score, and they're exactly moving on the lines of GMAT. The body which is being used to conduct the exam is the same body that is NMAT by GMAT. ये तो पता है ना, तो मैं क्यों बता रहा हूँ फिर दोबारा. Okay, let's start something जो नहीं पता है ना, जिसके लिए हम यहाँ आए हैं. हम यहाँ क्यों आए? हम यहाँ आए कुछ ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए which is relevant with respect to NMAT. Okay guys, so let's start. So NMAT window open हो गया है. Registration window तो 1 August को हो गया था. It will close on October 10th. Registrations are open. It will close on October 10th. आप October 10 तक register कर सकते हो. Now, scheduling system will be open till October 12th. That means it says that you can schedule your slot till October 12th. आप October 12th तक अपना slot schedule कर सकते हो. Rescheduling dates भी आएगी. Now, rescheduling is, let's say I want to cancel this slot and I want to schedule some other slot. Of course, it's on a chargeable basis. Everything in NMAT is chargeable basis. है ना? NMAT में तो NMIMS का interview देने के लिए भी पैसे देने पड़ते हैं. Do you know this? So they charge even to appear for the interviews, case study and interview. Anyways, we cannot do anything for this. Exam rescheduling dates. So exam dates. Now, this is important. Exam dates. Exam window will start from October 10, 2023 and will end on December 19, 2023. Lamba window hai, bada window hai. Actually, exam has a multiple appearance window. आपको पता है 3 बार दे सकते हैं. Although उस 3 बार को देने का बहुत ज्यादा advantage नहीं है, because the most sought after exam NMIMS वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ first score लेता है. That is, my first score is my NMIMS score that I have to apply to NMIMS. I'm not applying to NMIMS. I'm applying to a couple of other business schools. Then I can use, let's say, a couple of other scores. That is my best score, or let's say, second score, third score. लेकिन मैं वापस बोल रहा हूँ, there is no point in appearing in NMAT in multiple slots. बहुत ज्यादा फायदा नहीं होता. अरे जब इतना सारा एमकेट देके स्कोर नहीं आ रहा, तो बार बार एनमेट देके स्कोर कहां से आएगा? Jokes apart. So you guys are, let's say, you should be clear. Single attempt देना है, multiple attempt देना है. Single attempt देने का फायदा बता दिया. अरे सबसे बड़ा फायदा है, I'll save money. This money can be used in couple of other business school applications. तो भैया बहुत ज्यादा बेनिफिट नहीं है, बट फिर भी पता तो होना ही चाहिए. Retake window is from 11th October to December 16th. There should be a gap of 15 days. There should be a gap of 16 days, 15 days between the 2 attempts. So let's say if I'm taking my first attempt on December 1, then I'll have to take it till December 16 would be my last attempt. मतलब second attempt. इस केस में अगर मैं December 1 को दे रहा हूं, आपने मुझे बोला सर मैं तो 7th और 8th December को दे रहा हूं. In that case, you will not be able to take second attempt, because second attempt and first attempt should have a gap of 15 days. Agreed? So this is about the windows. इसमें कोई खास query नहीं है. Still, in case you have any query, please type down in the chat box. I'll start answering the queries. Okay? I'll parallel start answering the queries. Fair enough. Let's move. Now, अभी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट दिया मैंने, लेट्स से फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट दिया मैंने नवंबर 18 को, नवंबर 18, ओके, टेंटेटिवली, दिस इज टेंटेटिव है ना, तो मैं 3 अटेम्प्ट्स दे सकता हूं. मैंने अगर एक को 4 + 4 + 4 + 15 days इज 19, तो मैं 1 ही दे सकता हूं. ओके, अगर मैंने 1 को दिया 1 दिसंबर को, in that case 15 days is 16, I can give 2 attempts. Okay, so 18 नवंबर तीनों अटेम्प्ट दे सकता हूं. 18 नवंबर से लेके 19 दिसंबर तक दिया तो 2 अटेम्प्ट दे पाऊं. Agreed? So you cannot appear for multiple slots. Okay, आइडियली आपको डेट्स का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. 15 डेज का विंडो है. कुछ फी स्ट्रक्चर है, वैसे फी स्ट्रक्चर मेरे को बताने का जरूरत नहीं है. यू कैन जॉली विल सर्च इट ऑन योर ओन. हाँ, लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है इसमें एक, देखो, रीटेक करना है, फीस लगेगा. रीटेक कैसे होता है? मैंने आज टेस्ट दिया. ओके, मैंने आज टेस्ट दिया और मैंने आज दिया कब? अक्टूबर 10 को. आई हैव अपीयर्ड इन ऑन द डे 1. मैं अक्टूबर 1 को दे दिया. तो मेरे जब जैसे ही मेरा फर्स्ट टेस्ट खत्म होगा, माय पोर्टल विल फ्लैश, वुड यू लाइक टू टेक रीटेक, डिपॉजिट रीटेक फीस, and then next day only you can take a retake. Retake का registration next day से start हो जाएगा. Sorry, you cannot take retake on next day. Registration will start on next day. Retake दे सकता हूँ 15 दिन बाद. Sorry, after 15 days. मैंने अक्टूबर 10 को दिया. My retake window will open on October 11th, and after 15 days I can take my retake. Agreed है? So इसमें बहुत ज्यादा परेशानी नहीं है. मेरे से बहुत लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं रीटेक को लेके, बहुत लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं 2 बार देना है, 3 बार देना है. तो आई थिंक आई हैव आंसर्ड ऑल दोस क्वेश्चंस. एग्रीड? नाउ आई मीन नेक्स्ट डे से मेरे को विंडो खुल जाएगा. मींस टुडे आई हैव अपीयर्ड फॉर अ टेस्ट, नेक्स्ट डे माय रीटेक विंडो विल ओपन. आई कैन टेक रीटेक फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट डे ऑनवर्ड्स. इज दिस क्लियर? ओके, दिस इज लिस्ट ऑफ बिजनेस स्कूल्स एक्सेप्टिंग NMAT स्कोर्स. सी, मैंने यहाँ एक्सपेक्टेड कट ऑफ लिख दिया है. एक्सपेक्टेड है और इसको बहुत ज्यादा टेंटेटिव मान के चलना. वैसे ब्रॉडली स्पीकिंग यही रहता है, बट इसको टेंटेटिव मान के चलना. ठीक है? नाउ सी, NMIMS, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मुंबई कैंपस. ओके, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मुंबई कैंपस 235+. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी अदर कैंपस. मुंबई कैंपस 235+. KJ Somaya 222+. Tapni 220+, PML Munjal 200+, SDA Bokoni 200+, Exam 200+, then UBS, that is Universal Business School Mumbai. Again, it is in the range of, you can see 170+, good business school. IBA 170+. These are some of the business schools that we can look at, which are accepting NMAT score, and they are on a lower side also. मैं नहीं कह रहा कि हमारा टारगेट है, but these are some of the choices that can be looked at. There are more business schools which are listed here. This is the list which is given on NMAT website. I have only added this part to it. There was one certificate program which I have not added here. It is not an MBA course, it's a certificate course, not for you. Similarly, SP Jain Global Management Program, GMP Global Management Program, I have not written the cutoff because they have not disclosed it officially. Rest of the institutes, they have disclosed their cutoffs, and the cutoffs that they have disclosed, we have mentioned that. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Fair enough. Now, international business schools. Oh, surprisingly, international business schools. So there are 10 business schools from South Africa. There are 8 business schools from Philippines. There are some 7 schools from Nigeria, 1 from Hungary, and 1 from Morocco. These are a couple of countries. मुझे नहीं पता आप मोरक्को जाना चाहोगे या नहीं, but these are those business schools which are international business schools, and they are accepting NMAT by GMAT score. Okay. Now, move ahead. Structure. Now let's start some relevant academic points. The structure of the test. NMAT by GMAT exam gives each candidate a randomly generated test from a pool of questions delivered one at a time. So a lot of people are asking me, sir, late dunga to difficult aayega, jaldi dunga to easy aayega. This is all scrap. Boss, the number of questions, difficulty levels, and the time limit for each section is predetermined. And under normal administration conditions, they are the same regardless of when and where the test is administered. Because difficulty level in a computer adaptive test, don't forget, it's a computer adaptive test. It's a computer adaptive test. Now, when I say it's a computer adaptive test, I typically mean it's not a computer based test like CAT. It's an adaptive exam. Now, in an adaptive exam, the difficulty level of a particular question is determined by your attempt. For example, I got it wrong. The next question will be easy and the range of score would be less. Similarly, if I got it right, the next question will be difficult and the range of score will be more. Guys, you'll be surprised to know, जिन लोगों को ऐसा लगता है मैं NMAT दे रहा था, मेरे सारे क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी आते जा रहे थे. That means, boss, you were doing a mistake there. आप पीछे गलत कर रहे थे, इसलिए आपको आगे easy मिलते जा रहे थे. NMAT is a game where I've seen kids from 70 percentile range of CAT, 60 percentile range of CAT, 70 percentile range of CAT, scoring 235 marks, scoring 240 marks, scoring 235 plus, matlab clearing the cutoffs required to get a call from NMIMS Mumbai. So this is true that difficulty level of this exam is predetermined, but it is also based on my attempt. तो ये बहुत ही invalid question है. जल्दी दूंगा, आसान होगा, late दूंगा, difficult होगा. नहीं होगा. Please select your date as per your convenience. I would request you rather to take date as per your preparation for CAT. Suppose you are fully prepared for CAT till 26 November, you can take any date in December first week. If you're looking for one attempt. If you're looking for one attempt, that's the best period you can take. You will have good amount of feedback of the test, which again I advise, do not go on the feedback of the previous test takers. It's a computer adaptive test. There is a pool of questions from which you'll be getting. And you'll be constantly getting question as per the attempt rate. I'll explain you how. Test takers must answer questions of each section within the allotted time limit. So, 23, ये हो गया बात, इस पे ज़्यादा बात नहीं करूँगा. So now come to the sections. Medium of instruction will be English. Each section will have 36 questions. So total number of questions, 108. Language skills, quant skills, and logical reasoning skills are the three skills from which you'll be getting questions. Okay. Now, interestingly, students can choose the order of sections in which he or she prefers to attempt. If you will not choose, they will give you a default option and your order will be the default order. Ideally, when I start such a test, I start with my strength, go to an area where I'm moderate, and then try to finish the paper again with, let's say, my strong areas. My weak areas or my moderate areas would come in between. This will least disturb me from a psychological point of view. So, आपका strength area पे आप opening batsman डालोगे, weak area को बीच में उतार दोगे और खत्म भी फिर वापस strong area से कर दो. Since time allotted is fixed for a section, every section will have an individual time limit for each section. It's a computer adaptive exam. You will get a summary of your attempt at the end. the score will be displayed in 48 hours of the exam. Okay. Interestingly, this is the pattern. 36 questions, 36 questions and 36 questions. Total number of questions 108. 28 minutes for language, 52 minutes for quant, and 40 minutes for logical reasoning. This is like you have a specific time limit allotted. You have to attempt the test in that order only. You cannot shift from one section to another section. You cannot shift from, let's say, section 1 to section 2 without completing one section. Okay. There is no negative marking. There is no negative marking. And it is mandatory like GMAT to attempt the question number 1. Then only you can move to question number 2. Now, interesting part of any computer adaptive exam. I'll come back to this. First, I'll discuss interesting part. This is interesting part of any computer adaptive exam. See, you start from this point. Your first question is right. Your next question will be difficult and will have more range of marks. Your next question is also right. You will have more range of marks and you will have a difficult question. Your next is also right. You will have a more range of marks and it will be difficult. अभी क्या हो गया कि शुरू का 4-5 क्वेश्चन आपको यहां पे ले आया. On the contrary, इसको शुरू का 4-5 क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग होता चला गया और वो इसको इधर ले आया. Okay. Now, this is the gap that exists between the two candidates. अब ये कितना भी सही करेगा, इसको इसके पास आना next to impossible हो गया. Understand? ये कितना भी सही करता जाएगा, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, इसको सही करना है. मतलब it is compulsory for him to get it right. Otherwise, he will further go down. So he is playing on the lower side of the window. He is playing on the upper side of the window by attempting first 6 to 7 questions correct. This is key to handle a computer adaptive test. So you have to keep in mind that first 5, 6 questions, you have to give real good time and you have to attempt in a very sensible manner so that you can move up the ladder and number line में हमेशा ऊपर रहूंगा. Agreed? Is this clear to everyone? I hope. I mean, why are you not using the chat box? Please use the live chat box. In case you have a query, please drop down the query there itself. I'll be more than happy to answer that. Now, let's understand this. So there are 3 sections: language skills, logical reasoning, and quantitative skills. Language skills consist of reading comprehension. It consists of para formation. It consists of error identification, prepositions, sentence completion, and analogies. See, this portion, let's say, is grammar, which you have prepared for CAT, and you have always asked this question that why are you training us on grammar? Why are we doing grammar classes? This is why you were doing grammar classes. In NMAT, grammar plays a major role. Error identification, especially prepositions ka fill in the blanks, they play a major role. This portion is reading comprehension and rest is verbal ability. Okay. So all 3 components, RC, grammar, and VA, are present in paper. All 3 components are present in English, that is language. Interestingly, whatever you do in your critical reasoning portion, that is tested in logical reasoning section, and almost 40% to 45% weightage of logical reasoning. 45% weightage of logical reasoning, somewhere around 16 questions to 17 questions out of 36 questions, they are from CR. And I always say, whatever you have done in handouts like CRHO 1, 3, 4, 5, CRPs, CRPs and CRPTs. It is directly beneficial for NMAT logical reasoning section. It is directly beneficial for NMAT logical reasoning section. Other than this, whatever logical reasoning you have studied, like analytical puzzles, deductions, and couple of other reasoning sets which you typically get one-liner, they are there in this exam, and you'll be getting questions from that. But 16, 17 questions from CR, especially on inferences, assumptions, strengthening and weakening of the argument. You can change the game. You can change the game. Now, there are two ways to look at it. First, logical reasoning में CR पहले आ गया, तो बल्ले बल्ले है, मजा आ गया. Because I'll move slow, I practice CR, I've done a lot of handouts, and I will ensure that these questions are correct, so that I have increased my score like this. If logical reasoning is pehle, then I'll concentrate on sets in the first 2, 3, 4 questions and try to crack them. Sets will be 1 question set, 2 question set. It will not be a cat set, 4 question, 5 question. No, it will be a one-liner, 1 question. Questions on, let's say, puzzles. Questions on, let's say, maybe seating arrangement, what you studied for CAT, linear arrangements, circular arrangements, blood relations, etc. Deductions are also tested directly in NMAT. I will share a list of all the topics which are primarily tested when we prepare or when we take NMAT exam. Okay. Now come to quant. Quant. Number properties, arithmetic algebra plays a major role. Okay, plays a major role. DIDS, they both become a part of this only, especially in DI. Caselets, table and graphs would be there. Caselets, tables and graphs would be there. It is unlike CAT, which is more of reasoning based DI. It is a direct table, direct caselet, direct graph, direct charts which are there. And then, of course, data sufficiency plays a major role. Major role क्यों? 3 क्वेश्चन दे जाता है जो कहीं और नहीं देता, इसलिए major role बोल रहा हूं. Okay. So this is section wise topic coverage. Okay. Administratively test देते ही मेरे को 48 hours में मेरे को I'll get the score. ठीक है. But scale score, you will receive your score card with scale score for the next sections, and total for your NMAT by GMAT exam within 48 hours of getting the exam, subject to there are no test delivery incidences, and audit of online exams is completed, which may take 5 to 7 working days. Okay. So ये valid point नहीं आ जाएगा. I mean 5 दिन बाद नहीं तो 15 दिन बाद आ जाएगा. ऐसा भी क्या हो जाएगा, मुझे जल्दी आके भी what I'll achieve. Eventually calls तो January में आएगा. Once all slots are complete, then only we receive a call. Questions in the NMAT by GMAT exam are selected from the question pools for each examinee based on his or her performance on the question previously answered. I have already explained this. This is a very important point as far as any computer adaptive test is concerned. Okay. The questions a candidate receive are targeted at his or her ability level. आपकी लड़ाई दूसरे से नहीं है. There is no percentile. Your game, your performance, your difficulty level is your performance. Okay. High scoring candidate generally receives a more difficult simple of questions than a low scoring candidates. The NMAT by GMAT exam is scored by first obtaining the candidate's final ability estimate ranging from 12 to 20, 120 in each section. Okay. 12 to 120 in each section. Okay. Apart from applying for NMAT exam, you also need to apply for NMIMS. Oh my God, इतना query आता है मुझे इसका WhatsApp पे, इस पे, उस पे. I mean, whenever I'm in classes, NMAT, NMIMS, they are 2 separate entities. NMAT is a body for exam. NMIMS is an institute that accepts NMAT score. Please understand, NMAT is a body that conducts exam. And NMIMS is only an institute, university accepting NMAT scores like 40 other universities accepting NMAT score. So, sir, should I apply to NMIMS separately? 100% yes. If you have to apply to NMIMS, if you intend to apply to NMIMS, you believe that 235, 230 plus you can target, then yes, you will have to apply separately. Number one. Number two, NMIMS application last date. मेरा आज NMAT का date है. Let's say 17 December. Okay. My NMAT date is 17 December. I can apply to NMIMS till 16th December. NMIMS तक को मैं 16 December तक apply कर सकता हूँ. -1 of my exam date. So whatever my exam date is, -1 is NMIMS application date. तुमने क्या सोचा था कि 235 का स्कोर पहले ले आओगे फिर अप्लाई करोगे, तो फिर उनको they will not get the money. Okay. So NMIMS का एप्लीकेशन फीस अच्छा है, तो मैं NMIMS एक दिन पहले ही भरना पड़ेगा. कल मैं एग्जाम देने जा रहा हूं, आज मेरी लास्ट डेट है. This you have to understand. Okay. Okay. So पहले हम NMAT को अप्लाई करते हैं, फिर हम NMIMS को अप्लाई करते हैं. If I am interested in NMIMS. Okay. Fair enough. Now, let's do a detailed VARC analysis of 2022 paper. 2022 paper was categorized as easy paper in vocabulary and reading comprehension. It had 2 passages which were short, around 500 to 600 words passages with 4 questions in each passage. With 4 questions in each passage, total number of questions 8. आपको total number of questions मिला था 8. Okay. Now, a query to you. I am having only 2 passages in the test. Is there any order required? Come on, answer. Is there any order required? I am waiting for your answers in the chat box. Is there any order required? No. Very good. Okay. So I have a lot of questions. I somehow, great. I have a lot of chat. मैं सोच रहा था मेरा chat box empty है. यहाँ तो बहुत लोगों ने लिख रखा है. SPGN is a global management program. I've answered this. Okay. तापी बेस्ट ले लेगा. ठीक है. Now, okay. We don't need to have order of attempt. This is what you have answered. Great. Lovely. Do we have to apply at different places in NMIMS, Mumbai, Hyderabad, etc.? No. NMIMS form has those preferences. You can fill it in the NMIMS form only. Okay. Can we reattempt a question? No, you cannot go back. Fair enough. Okay. बाकी तो सारे मेरे ख्याल से बातों में आंसर हो गया. अभी चैट बॉक्स खोला, अभी तक चैट बॉक्स ही खोला नहीं था. Fair enough. Paradigms, 5 questions. Questions on analogies, 6. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank mainly या तो preposition conjunction पे आता है या वो cap पे आता है और 5 क्वेश्चन देके जाता है ना. ठीक ठाक component है. Mainly grammar से होता है. Phrase replacement 6 questions. Spot the error 6. Okay. This is the whole structure of your last year's English. It was more towards grammar vocab. See, this is para formation. This is word based. This is word based, grammar based. This is grammar based. This is grammar based. So major component is, let's say, grammar based. Okay. No, you have to attempt. Khushi, you cannot skip. You have to attempt because you will move to the next question once you've attempted. There is no negative marking. वो फंसाता ही आपको वहां पे है, जहां गलत किया वहां नीचे लेके चला जाएगा. डिफिकल्टी लेवल कम हो जाएगा नेक्स्ट का. तो इट्स अ गेम दैट कंप्यूटर अडैप्टिव टेस्ट प्लेस. ओह, इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन. एग्जाम कहां देना होता है? There are 2 possibilities. You can take a center, exam center, and then take there. You can take home proctored test also. I personally advise you guys, do not go for a home proctored test. Go for a exam center test. Okay. Now, logical and critical reasoning. Moderate section tha. It was moderate in difficulty level. If you look at probably, there are sectional cutoffs also. Please keep this in mind. There are sectional cutoffs also, especially in NMIMS. Analytical reasoning, input output. So this is, let's say, broad section. You will get an idea. Analytical reasoning may, this is one block. Okay. Verbal reasoning or critical reasoning, that second block. Okay. 6, 5, 11 plus 3, 14 plus 5, 19. Total 19 questions. Oh my God. Okay. This is a great scoring thing, boss. अगर तुमको सीआर का प्रैक्टिस अच्छा है, बहुत आराम से इस सेक्शन को फोड़ सकते हो. Believe me. Okay. Okay, I'm not getting the query. Please wait. If I would not, Akshu ne pucha, if I would not clear this time and give exam again in 24 and score accordingly to cut off that time, then I'll get admission in NMIMS. हाँ, आपको NMAT 24 की साइकिल अलग होगी. Okay. NMAT 24 की साइकिल अलग, NMAT 24 का प्रोसेस अलग. NMAT 24 is next year. It's a game that is going on for next year now. So you're dropping a year and then taking the test again. Yes, you can get admission. There is no harm. But ये बातें अभी क्यों? Why we talking on this line right now? Is there any college which accept NMAT score without filling their form? No. It's not about without filling their form. They'll send you a mail that, okay, you have qualified for our second round. Please fill the form and then appear for the JDBI process. So, everybody would ask you to fill a form. Nobody will invite you for an interview without filling a form. Okay. So, ये game clear हो गया reasoning का. Majorly critical reasoning से हम खेल सकते हैं. हाँ, समृद्धि, there is no negative marking. Okay. Game is not on negative marking. Game is not going down the scores. In a computer adaptive test, game is never negative. It's all about going down the scores. Okay. Quant, again, easy section. You can see on my screen, data interpretation had 10 questions. Data sufficiency had 5 questions. Total number of questions, 15. Okay. Out of 36, 15 questions from DIDS. Rest, percentage. Every other topic had almost equal number of questions except PNC and probability, जो आप छोड़ना चाहते हो, मुझे मालूम है, वो 5 क्वेश्चन देखे गए. Okay. So again, अब इसको एक क्वेश्चन, एक क्वेरी भी है यहाँ पे, उससे कंपेयर कर लेता हूं. आपने जो इंटरमीडिएट सेक्शनल टेस्ट दिया या लॉट 1 का एक्सरसाइज किया, the difficulty level of your lot 1 and intermediate sectional test and basic sectional test is exactly the difficulty level what probably you're looking at in NMAT. So I usually say that it is easier in terms of CAT. Okay. I've compared the difficulty level also. Okay. बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन है, वापस लेते हैं. NMIMS accept only one score. That thing is for a year. हाँ, NMIMS NMAT 23 का स्कोर NMIMS 23 में एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा. एक साइकिल होती है एडमिशन प्रोसेस की, जुलाई टू जुलाई की, उसके बीच में लिखा हुआ NMAT एक बार एक्सेप्ट होता है. नेक्स्ट ईयर दूंगा तो नेक्स्ट ईयर एक्सेप्ट होगा. एग्रीड है? ओके, लेट्स मूव. ये आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू इन डिटेल. नाउ in NMAT, yes, already a mock NMAT is exactly on the same lines of difficulty which we have. Again, कभी-कभी मुझे लगता है थोड़ा almost match ही खाता है, ठीक है? But it is very difficult to say that any difficulty level matches or not, because please understand, you cannot compare any competitive exam on a static platform. So difficulty level ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है. Same analysis when I took last year, I remember English was difficult in 21. So one section ऊपर नीचे, that is fully possible. Okay. Paraforming questions can come in the theta types, but again that will not impact you much, because here theta questions will not, there is no point of theta questions from this point ki they are non-negative. है ना? Paraforming can come in the in a theta format. They till last year they were given options. एक बार बीच में paraforming non options भी आया था. So that possibility exists. Okay. Okay, just look at this. A very balanced score. Okay, for NMIMS Mumbai 235 plus. अब देखो मैं ये नहीं कह रहा 75 था, ठीक है? It was like 69, 72, 73, something like this. But what I'm saying is ensure that you make a very good balance out of all three sections. उसमें ही तुमको फायदा है. Because that way you will relatively increase the probability of getting a call from NMIMS. अगर 169 का 170 हो जाएगा तो मार्जिन पे नहीं खड़े हो. अगर टारगेट लेके जाओगे 75 या 80 this 80 target would be 240. सेफ साइड है, पक्का सेक्शन भी क्लियर होगा, ओवरऑल भी क्लियर होगा, पक्का NMIMS मुंबई कॉल करेगा. NMIMS Bangalore will call at 220 plus. NMIMS Hyderabad will call at 220 plus. Yes, there is a sectional cutoff. That's why I'm talking on all these points. Okay, I'll discuss this. Whatever name is, I'll discuss this. Vasu, there is sectional cutoff. That's why I'm discussing all this. Time will provide you some material. Already lot 1 material is good for NMAT. Then you have lot of material in the form of handouts. There are specific handouts on NMAT. We'll be doing course of action. We'll be doing assertion and reason. We'll be doing cause and effect in our classes. You will have these handouts in classes. These are some specific laws on NMAT. Then we are also trying that you get some additional PDFs for NMAT material mein, so that once like you submit your NMAT details, you will get that material. Okay. Again, that material is, मैं अभी समझाता हूं उसको. वापस go back to this. This is important for you. See, this is something new, not in CAT. This is something new, not in CAT. बाकी सब CAT में है ना? Course of action, strong argument, weak argument CAT में नहीं है. तो ये 8 क्वेश्चन अलग से अपने को प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. इसी में मैं ऐड कर देता हूं cause and effect. वो भी आ सकता है. Okay, that can also be asked. Then I think cause and effect के अलावा मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई भी और component रह जाता है. तो we cover course of action, cause and effect, strong arguments. Rest, whatever CR you are doing, that will be there. Okay. केशव, इतना स्पेसिफिक अपन नहीं हो सकते कि फर्स्ट 5 करेक्ट, फर्स्ट 5 देख, अगर फर्स्ट 5 भी करेक्ट होता है, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, फर्स्ट 5 करेक्ट मैं यहां आ गया, अब फर्स्ट 5 डाउन मैं नीचे आऊंगा, फिर फर्स्ट 5 अप मैं ऊपर जाऊंगा, तो आई एम अबव दिस नंबर लाइन, मैं नंबर लाइन के ऊपर रहूंगा. एक बार फर्स्ट 5 करेक्ट मारने से मैं नंबर लाइन के ऊपर ही रहूंगा. फर्स्ट 5 रॉन्ग मारना नुकसानकारी है, मैंने, इट इज वेरी डेंजरस फॉर मी. इनकी क्लासेस कब होगी? इनकी क्लासेस विल बी शेड्यूल्ड. आई मीन यू विल बी गेटिंग अ शेड्यूल. दैट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ द कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर. ओके. नो, देयर इज नो रिजर्वेशन कैटेगरी सिस्टम इन NMIMS. ओके. And you cannot skip questions. There is no point of skipping questions. You have to attempt it. Yeah, we have discussed this. Okay. Now go back. Important point for you from this. Now, what are the important points for you that you have to take away? First, lot 1 of the study material. Okay. In this exercise, both 1 and 2, they are relatively important from NMAT point of view. Number 1. This is an important point for you. Important takeaway. Even lot 2, it has some specific booklets for practice, which will help you for specific booklets, which will help you for NMAT. There are some specific handouts also, which you will get in the form of course of action. You will get cause and effect. You will get strong arguments. So these are some, very assertion and reason. Assertion and reason. These are some 4 handouts which you'll be getting, 4 classes that you'll be getting. Okay. Then other than this, we are expecting that some PDFs will be given to you. There is a chance that you'll get PDFs on the submission of your NMAT details. इतना मटेरियल काफी होता है, फिर भी तुम्हें लगता है कि नहीं भैया मैं तो बिल्कुल भारी तरीके से कर रहा हूं, तो NMAT की जो OG है, OG is official guide. Okay, official guide है जो NMAT की. It has got a nice collection of questions. They will provide you this guide once you buy this guide from them. So you'll have to pay money for that, and then you can take this guide. You can get a hard copy of the guide. You can do practice questions from this guide. That will really help you. It has got some previous year papers also. It has got some question bank also. So it has got topic wise questions also. You can do questions from this. Okay. So that will be, I believe, would be a good idea if you want to extensively add on some material to. Okay. Now let me answer a few questions. I haven't received lot 2 of the books. Please contact your center for the lot 2 of the books. If you have enrolled recently, they would not have given you. But if you have enrolled, let's say by July also, they would have given to you. If you have enrolled recently in a crash course, they would not have given to you. Okay. Any other query? Any other query which I can answer? No. It is not कि time कुछ बचेगा तो अगले section में add हो जाएगा. No. I have given you a specific time limit for every section. खत्म हो गया तो head down करके बैठ जाओ, है ना? ऐसे नहीं होगा इसका time बच के उसमें चला जाएगा. No. Should we attempt NMAT before CAT? Because if you score good, it can be a good confidence booster and remove exam anxiety. My dear friend, Dev, both exams are different. एक एग्जाम इतना MCAT देने के बाद में भी ये क्वेश्चन है कि मेरे को डर निकल जाएगा, है ना? तो 25 MCAT 30 MCAT दिया, उससे भी नहीं निकला 55 टाइम से, और NMAT से निकल जाएगा, which is a different exam. Think critically. We are comparing 2 components which are not similar to each other. यार अपन कर क्या रहे? अपन 2 अलग अलग components को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं जो एक जैसे नहीं है. तो don't do it. Okay, फायदा नहीं होगा. बल्कि तेरा प्रिपरेशन कैट तक भाई बिल्कुल लास्ट तक आ जाएगा, अच्छा हो जाएगा. 7-8 दिन लेके कैट के बाद 26 के बाद 7-8 दिन लेके and then take NMAT. That makes sense. Okay. What is the range of marks on having continuous questions right or wrong? Oh, 12 range पे चलता है, 12 की 12 की, है ना? 12 to 120. It is 12 to 120. Okay, 12 to 120. All NMIMS campuses have a common form. Yes. I book a slot on 29 November because previously only this slot is available. No issues. It's a good slot. After CAT, you can take it. So sectional cutoffs in all courses, only in all colleges. Oh, NMIMS colleges, they have a sectional cutoff. Other colleges, depending on their own decision, they decide whether there is a sectional cutoff or not. Usually, they accept an overall score. I'm talking about usually. I'm not talking about any exception, but usually they accept a overall score. Okay? October end में NMAT के लिए बढ़िया है. Is it a bad idea? Nothing is a bad idea, Yashika. If you want to take it October end, तो आप ले सकते हो October end में. थोड़ा जल्दी हो जाएगा. Maybe आप उतना प्रिपेयर नहीं होगे, आपका रिवीजन भी पूरा नहीं हुआ होगा. So रिवीजन सेशन पूरा करने के बाद अगर हम लेते हैं, तो that makes sense. It's a good idea. Okay. So this is all about NMAT. This is all about NMAT exam, applying to NMIMS, previous year paper pattern. Prepare कैसे करना है, मोटा-मोटा चीजें बता दिया है. You'll be having classes on it. Okay. And you should attend those classes. 27th October slot should be rescheduled. No, don't reschedule it. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि 26 नवंबर तक मैं एक अच्छा प्रिपरेशन कर लूंगा. तो नवंबर में मेरा रिवीजन भी ठीक होता है, तो मिड नवंबर से बाद 15 नवंबर के बाद एनी डेट इज गुड। बट अब ठीक है, कर लिया तो डोंट रीड शेड्यूल, दैट्स योर चॉइस। नो, आई कैन नॉट से ऑल क्वेश्चंस हैव सेम मार्क्स, ठीक है, ये रेंज होती है, डिपेंड करेगा डिफिकल्टी लेवल के ऊपर, ठीक है, और वो मूव करती जाती है। इट्स अ कॉम्प्लेक्स मार्किंग सिस्टम। Ideal dates for taking NMAT. Ideal dates. I cannot suggest an ideal date. It's an opinion. I believe December first week is a good period if I have to take it once. ये मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, मैं बिल्कुल गलत हो सकता हूँ, बिकॉज कुछ भी सही कुछ भी गलत नहीं होता, my opinion. Does NMIMS consider other parameters like academics, history and work ex at the time of interview, not at the time of fetching a call? Fetching a call, only score. Very few slots are left in Pune. Oh, Prajakta, don't worry. And when people are very, shrewd, वो डिमांड क्रिएट करते हैं स्लॉट्स की, बट मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा रिस्क ले लो, क्योंकि वो भी गलत होगा मेरी तरफ से, बट दे क्रिएट अ डिमांड। वो क्या करते हैं, स्लॉट्स खोलते ही नहीं है। जैसे ही आपको लगेगा ना आपने बुक कर लिया, फटाक से आपको स्लॉट्स खुला हुआ मिल जाएगा। दे मूव ऑन दिस पैटर्न कि उनको स्लॉट्स भरवाना होता है, अदरवाइज दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू फिनिश द एग्जाम इन द गिवन विंडो। बट अगेन दिस इज ओनली माई एक्सपीरियंस, आई माइट बी रॉन्ग, है ना। तो आपको तो एज पर दी विंडो चलना पड़ेगा। NMIMS एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म के बारे में बताऊं, क्या बताऊं उसके बारे में। NMIMS एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, इट विल आस्क यू फॉर कोर्सेज। फर्स्ट चॉइस कैन बी मुंबई, preference order second can be Bangalore, preference order third can be Navi Mumbai, preference order fourth can be Hyderabad, preference order 5 can be Indore campus. That's it. These are the 5 campuses. You can select preference order as per this order. Okay. For how many Indian business schools should be applied? Tanish, are you talking about NMAT? NMAT से हमको 4 से 5 business schools पकड़ लेना चाहिए, जिसके लिए apply करना चाहिए, not more than that. Okay. Because you will have a plethora of options from CAT also and ZAT also. Okay. So I believe I would have done some justice about NMAT and NMIMS. Wish you all the best, guys. May God bless you. Keep rocking. Last 1 month, don't lose hope. Number 1. Last 1 month, do not lose the preparation rope also. Don't lose hope, don't lose rope. Hope भी नहीं खोना है, rope भी नहीं खोना है. Rope छोड़ते ही preparation बंद हो जाएगा. एक सेक्शन कम होगा, दूसरा खराब हो जाएगा. एक कम होगा, दूसरा अच्छा हो जाएगा. Preparation तीनों की बराबर चालू रखती है. Otherwise, what will happen? इधर तो मैथ्स कम किया, उधर एलआरडी उठा दिया. जैसे ही मैथ्स कम हुआ, मैथ्स का स्कोर गिर जाएगा. So ensure that तीनों बिल्कुल टाइट रोप्स चलती रहेंगी. अभी साधना का टाइम है, लास्ट 1 मंथ. खुद पे काबू रखना है, that I am not losing hope and I am not losing rope of the preparation. Okay, so wish you all the best, guys. Keep rocking. God bless you. Bye bye from my side and thank you from your side.